If you have started singing late in life, or if you're about to start singing and you might not be quite in your 20s anymore, you may have asked yourself, how far can you go? Is it too late? Can you still learn it? Well, I want to answer that question today. I've had so many students who started late in life. Here's one thing, no one can ever say, well, I have never sung in my life. Doesn't matter how young you are, doesn't matter how old you are. As soon as you start using your voice in life, you have actually sung. And when you consider how long you've actually been singing, there might be some habits that are very much grounded in you now that are really hard to change by now. So the question probably isn't, can I start learning, but how can I change what I've learned and what I've already gotten used to? It's just like speaking. We just start hearing something as little kids and we just imitate. Well, in singing, you may have imitated the wrong things and it may have hindered you to actually sing out what you want to sing. And it's really a lot about changing your habits, really rethinking, gaining knowledge, and repetition. Here's the thing, your brain can learn. It doesn't matter how old you get. It does take longer because of all those connections that have already been formed. It's really hard to undo some connections and build new connections. Small kids, they hear something once or twice and they remember. It is a lot different when you get older. It does take a lot more repetition because your brain just relies on experience, and the experience tells your brain and your body, well, this is what has worked so far and this is just the way I've been doing it all the time, and that's just what I'm used to, and I'm just going to keep doing that pattern. Now, just to get yourself out of that comfort zone is going to take some effort, but I'm here to tell you it is absolutely possible. I've had lots of students who started in their 50s or even later in life to really get into singing, to study technique and actually musicality. And I can tell you that there was a lot of improvement all the time. I think the most important thing is that you actually have an advantage when you're older. You have that experience and that discipline of knowing that it needs intentionality. When you're younger, you very much learn intuitively and you just kind of pick up things. You watch someone and you do it, or you listen to someone and you just kind of do it without knowing how. Well, when you're older, you need to take a different approach. You need to take the approach of really gaining more knowledge and the background information. How does this work? What can I feed my brain to gain more understanding so that I can then connect it to the way it feels? And singing is very much a knowing and feeling kind of connection. I think we need both. We need that. What is the larynx? What does the pharyngeal space do? What do I need to feel? How does tighter vocal cord closure feel? What is the expansion like? And what can I do to change the shade of my vowel? What are my lips doing? And then there's the feeling part. It's really just listening and training your ears to connect a sound to what you're doing in your body. That body awareness is a big part. If you're someone who's not really paid a lot of attention to what happens when you vocalize or when you speak, or in general to like really nuance things that happen in your body, you're gonna have to train your brain to really put things on your radar that you've never paid attention to. And singing is all about the little nuances, linking the feeling to a sound and linking the knowledge to that feeling that then creates the sound, or linking the sound that you hear to now knowing, because I heard that sound, I know what causes that sound, and in turn, I know what I should do in my body and what that should feel like. In order to really make that connection, it's a lot of repetition. I can't emphasize it enough. Repetition. But here's the caveat. It's not just mindless repetition. It has to be that informed repetition. It has to be always intentionally doing something and repeating until you find what you've been searching for. If you're not searching for anything, neither for a sound or a feeling or that piece of knowledge that you have that you want to connect to, that what is happening, what you're feeling in your body, you're not going to make any progress. You need that intentionality. For example, that today you want to discover what does different pharyngeal space do to the resonance. And because I know the background information about how sound waves move, and that if I open this space, the sound waves are not blocked anymore, I should be feeling a vibration maybe right around here, which is called the mask. Having that information, linking it with a feeling and linking it with a knowledge and linking it with, what you hear, even when you hear others, that's going to help you really be intentional, and it's going to actually help you to make really fast progress. You have an advantage when it comes to you versus a lot younger people. You have that experience. You have a strategy. Young people often I just kind of try it out and see what happens because I have so much time. Now you don't have a lot of time to just lollygag around. You just want to focus your time on being so much more intentional. So of course, my answer is, it doesn't matter how old you are. I think my oldest student was in his 80s. Within 2 lessons, I could see total improvement. He had taken lessons many years before, and so it came back quickly after being reminded. Don't be discouraged. You can totally learn it no matter how old you are. You just have to go about it maybe slightly differently than a 20-year-old would. Thank you so much for watching. Give the video a thumbs up and share it with a friend who may also benefit. Check out my website with all free resources that I share there. I have a free 30-minute audio warm-up in which I share the entire process of how to know how you should do it and how to do it in a musical way, in a very intentional way, to where you don't just sing pitches in sequence. Have a most wonderful day. I'll see you soon. And until then, always keep a song in your heart and always keep on singing.